Hello and welcome along to this week's edition of The Analyser, where Clint Hutchison will be hosting the show this time with Grace Hayes, running through the form for this weekend's great meeting, actually, at Caulfield. We're at the Heath track and, well, the Bletchingly's the feature. Grace, what did you think of the card?
Well, I think it's a really tricky card, to be honest. I think in a lot of the races we've either got a clear-cut favourite or there's 2, 3, 4 genuine winning chances and not a lot of edge in the market. So I think what will be key, Hutch, will be to monitor how the track is racing. So in terms of the conditions that we've got the rail moving out to the 10-metre position. And at Caulfield, that can sometimes mean that you've got a situation where it can be hard to make ground, make that big, wide, swooping run from the rear of the field. So I've got that in the back of my mind. I think we'll be on genuine soft ground because we do have showers on the day. So if we get those showers, I think we'll be on a 7. And it'll be pretty wet out there, so that's the way I'm sort of seeing it. Yep,
could well be the case. The wind at 20 k's, that's at the higher end. A quick look that I've sort of looked at the bomb, and let's face it, they're not all that accurate, but it doesn't look that strong, and it's a bit of a westerly, so I think we'll be okay as far as that is concerned. Let's crack right into it. Race number 1, the fillies and mares, and we're going to have a look at the market here. We've got Custom at the top of the market. Second up here, $2.70 favourite. Recuperado's in the market as well. Also going on in off the back of a good run, $5.50. $6 for Takiko, and then double figures the rest. Let's have a look at a replay, Grace, with Custom. She's got to be a great chance following this fantastic run first up.
Well, this was a month ago, so I'm not sure why she has a gap between runs, but possibly they're just keeping her fresh. Look, I think that this race that she took on here, Afterburner, the winner, Race for All, look, this could possibly be even stronger than the field that she now faces this Saturday. And for context, this was a complete sit and sprint, and she's ripped home, well, the whole race is ripped home in the best closing splits of the day. So for me, Custom couldn't have done too much more. You know, she ran on strongly there.
And she drops in weight nicely.
She drops in weight nicely. Yeah. James Johnston's claim is relevant all day, but Custom is one horse that gets it. And I think that she possibly just has a class edge. She's not a stakes winner, but she's well performed in stakes races. For me, she's one of the better bets on the card.
Yeah, tend to agree. We could kick off with a good start here, but one of the main dangers will be Recuperado. Comes out of the Creswick. It's a good form reference. Let's take a look at this run. What did you make? I mean, what was interesting here, Grace, they split into 2 groups, and I thought Recuperado's run on the near side here was clearly the best.
Well, Recuperado's just going really well in general, and I agree with you. You know, the winner, the second horse, came from the other side, the inside fence side. So out in no man's land, nothing to chase, hit the line really strongly. And Recuperado, the best is good enough for this horse because we saw it with a really fast finishing second in the Blue Sapphire Stakes at the track and distance last campaign. So for me, definitely the key danger and going well. But I do think Custom deserves to be short favourite, clear favourite for me. I think she maps well James Johnston's claim. She's the best bet on the card.
Are you playing?
Yep, I am. Pretty keen on Custom, $25 win.
Nice.
What about you?
Yeah, I think Custom's a horse to beat.
Yep.
I think the more I sort of looked at the race, I thought Custom would be tough to beat. I think Recuperado, it's a much easier assignment for that horse, and those two stuck out for me. So I thought Mystery and Drama, maybe first up to Kiko, can run a bit of a race, but I think it looks a nice race for Custom. Let's have a look at the market now for the second event, the Stowe Robotics Handicap, over 1,100 metres. This is not easy, and I think the market, well, it's chopped and changed a bit already. It could do further come start time as well. At the top of the market, good support for Ghana Zakan, $4.20. $5.50 Resolutely. Stakes is at $6. Jacaranda, gee, the stable well represented here, $7. Rebel Tuesday, $7.50. Brazen DeChambeau at $9.50. We've got 5 horses. No, make that 6, Grace, in single-figured odds. So it's a pretty open race. Going to take a look at a replay now. We're going to look at a horse that I'm giving a bit of a chance to. It's not even on that page, Grace. I didn't mind this particular jump out for Milson's Point. It's been gelded. It's come back, and this just looks to me like a pretty nice prospect. It showed something last campaign and then went off the ball a bit. Look, it might have been frustrated. They might have felt that, you know what, we need to give him the ultimate gear change here and see what can transpire. Well, I was really taken with this bit of work. I think it's a horse that will go fresh, has won fresh in the past. And I just thought it was a sharp piece of work.
Yeah, it was a very sharp piece of work. And I think what you say about this horse being, you know, fresh as best is definitely relevant. And with that gear change, gelding, well, he could have come back better this time in for sure.
Yeah, it's not an easy race. We've got to run through quite a few. So we're going to put another replay up here. Now, Resolutely will strip, I think, a little bit fitter. This was a nice, pleasing return.
It was, and her jump outs, Resolutely's jump outs, were actually quite underwhelming. So I think she exceeded expectations here. She could just be a race day horse. Stars of Dom wins this race. This was at 1,200 metres. You can see she's sort of floating a bit resolutely. She's got her ears pricked. She hits the line well, comes again at the line. But what I like about the setup for her is she actually comes back to the 1,100 metres. She gets Craig Williams on, who is winning on everything at the moment and is the map horse in the race, probably gets the 1-1 or outside the leader pretty easily. And I think she'll be hard to catch, to be honest. At the price of around, like, edging out to $5, I think she's bet.
Yeah, I think the pace are there, but she'll strip fitter. But the key run in this race, this early market support, garners a car now. It's obviously Blue Diamond form. We've had it's finished alongside the slipper winner, actually, in the Blue Diamond. And this is an important piece of work, Grace. Garners Khan and Torture both come out of it. What did you think of each piece of work?
In the same silks as well, same ownership group or similar ownership group. Look, I think Garners Khan, when you look at her form, it's the best in the race. She looks like she could be the best filly in the race. Her jump outs this time in have been only encouraging. I think she's in for a big prep. My concern with Garners Khan on Saturday is that it's a starting point. She's probably eyeing the Quizette and other stakes races. From barrier 11, I think she has to go back to near last.
Yep.
And there's not a lot of speed here. She just has to run down horses like Resolutely, who might be hard to catch. So I can see she's got a great winning chance, but I wonder where she gets to.
Yeah, and she also stepped a little bit slow.
Yeah, she doesn't have much gate
jump out,
speed.
so not much gate speed. She'll be back in the field.
Yep.
Might not suit that pattern that you mentioned. Anyway, it doesn't. Oh, you're having a bit of a play. You're backing one at a price here, Resolute.
Yeah, so Resolutely's my on top selection, but Brazen Panda, we don't have a replay for it at $23. I'm just having something on.
Like it.
Bit of a throw at the stumps, but I think this horse has a motor for the Tom Dabenig team.
Yeah, I'm going to have a bit of a throw at the stumps as well, Grace. But look, I think Milson's Point can go well off the back of that trial. Be something small each way for me. I think Stakes was impressive. Look, it was an easier race, but showed a lot of resolve, I thought, last start. Garners Khan, class factor, Resolutely is the other one. But yeah, it's an interesting race, that second event. Let's move on to race number 3 and have a look at the market here. And this is probably... Well, this is the good thing of the day, be a leg of many multis, one would imagine. They put up $1.75, Ladbrokes. It was snapped up into $1.40, if you don't mind. We've got Luna Cat is in great form at $6, double figures the rest. But this race, Grace, is all about Tennessee Bound, and what an individual this one is. Terrific performance here, wasn't it? Unbeaten.
100%. She's 5 from 5. She puts herself on speed. She's, to this point in time, proved impossible to catch. And the thing about her, why she, probably deserves to be such a short price favourite, is because she's the only leader in a race full of backmarkers again.
Exactly.
And look, Luna Cat and Behaviour, these two horses they're going really well. I think Behaviour might be the one to sort of be sent to try and put himself outside her, but look, she gets complete control, and to me, there's no reason why she can't win again. What did you think?
Oh, she carried 59 there. She drops down a lot in weight. She gets the lead. She might have the pattern on side. She's got the class. She's got the ratings, so she deserves to be short as she is. And look, no knock on the other horses, but she's going to get every opportunity to keep the winning record going.
I'd be disappointed if she didn't win, to be honest, because it just sets up so well for her. So I think she deserves to be that short.
You got her on top from Luna Cat. Good exacta chance. And Behaviour, I've seen it pretty similarly, actually. I think Luna Cat's absolutely flying, but Behaviour for me, just because it maps a little bit closer potentially. Butternut Princess will run well, but Tennessee Bound will be tough to beat. That's the first 3 down at Caulfield. Quick break now on the analyser. Back with the next 3 after this. Welcome back to the analyser. Well, we're 3 down. We're up to race number 4. Let's have a look at the market here. We've got Signature Scent, a last start winner at $3.80 at the top of the market. Afterburn has been in great form, $5.50. Prince Tycoon bringing the similar form line at $7. Far-sighted Eye Catcher last time at $7.50. All the rest are in double figures, but Signature Scent, Grace, is well in the market. But we're not going to have a replay at that. Prince Tycoon brings through a pretty good form reference from Flemington last start, where showed a lot of resolve, I thought. Of course, Afterburner also comes through this form reference. What did you make of the run?
I thought it was a great run. And the key to Prince Tycoon, why I've got him as my top selection, Well, firstly, it's the price. He's out to $7 now. But what I really like about him is he gets blinkers on for the first time. And that could be all he needs to be winning. The start prior to this, he was good against the older horses, not beaten far. Here, he's a bit wayward up the straight first time. Wise-in-law gets away from him, but look at him come back to the line. He's hard fit. He goes forward from a white gate. To me, with the blinkers on, if it just sparks a little bit of improvement, he looks over the odds.
Yeah, he just kept coming there, didn't he? It was a good run. We'll get a bit of a line through Recuperato early in the card as well. So that will certainly help the cause. All right, we've got another replay to take a look at, and this was an eye-catching run. I think Fireside had actually jumped all right on this occasion and then taken right back and just mission impossible at this point. But I like this run a lot, Grace.
Yeah, you're pretty keen on him. And look, I think that he's got a great winning chance as well. It's such an open contest. All of the top four in betting would not shock to win. But the thing that's in Farsighted's favour is that he's drawn low. And if he does begin well, which, look, he did in his jump outs too, he couldn't have jumped out any better. If he begins cleanly, he can be right in behind the speed probably, getting a really soft
He generally
run.
settles a lot closer than what he did on that occasion.
Yeah.
So, I think they were just tinkering with, let's try something new here. Let's ride him a bit cold. He drew wide. He got to line well, but now this time around they can certainly have him handier. Tough race, Grace.
Yeah.
But which way are we leaning?
Look, I'm with Prince Tycoon with the blinkers on. I just think if he's got some improvement to find and he can find it, he can win at the price, especially $10 the win. But Farsighted also looks a really good price. Signature Scent can win again. She's probably a right price. And Afterburner, she's just been up a long time. The others may be slightly fresher than her.
Yep, seeing a similar way, slightly different order, but I think that any one of those wouldn't surprise if they won. I think far side of the map is the big plus this time. Settles close, like you said, and they'll go forward with Prince Tycoon for me. Signature Scent was very impressive the other day. Got her wrong, and Afterburner was also a good run. So we've got the same four, slightly different order. Let's go to race 5 and have a look at the market, see where the money's going. And no surprise that first chorus is at the top of the market, but it has been easing. 230 out to 280. There has been good money for Seafall off a wide run last start, 550, 750 for both Detonator Jack. Did you find it last start? Are you backing up? And St Lawrence 750. Double figures the rest. Right, now first chorus, absolutely flying this mare, this preparation, and going great guns.
She sure is, and this was her last start win. Like all preparation, she's been great, but she put herself in the 1-1 on this occasion, won really easily. So she gets a really good chance again. She maps perfectly. My thought was that she was too short at the $2.30, way up in grade.
Yep.
She's obviously entitled to rise in grade, but she takes on much classier, more seasoned opposition in this race on Saturday than she did here, MacDane back to the inside. And I'm not surprised that there's been money for some of the others around her. So I've got her as my on-top selection, but I couldn't take the short price about her.
That's a fair call. I mean, she got a lovely run there. Race perfectly runs a suit, but once another one maps well with 51.5 as well this time around. Like it's going to give her a great opportunity. Now, I mentioned Detonator Jack. He wound back the clock last start. I mean, how about this for a performance? Run us through this race, Grace, because there's a bit going on.
Sure is. Seafall was posted deep no cover throughout, and she was disappointing. I'm hoping she can bounce back and that this wasn't an end of prep run, but all the signs are that she can bounce back. Detonator Jack in the fluoro yellow, well, he was a big price here because he hadn't done much, but in hindsight, shades going on. Blinkers again, and it's clearly just helped him find many, many lengths to be able to win this race. I think the blinkers stay on, so you can assume he's going to run just as well, but you look at his Caulfield stats and they are not too flash.
No.
So that's my only concern with him. Look, he's a bit hit and miss. He mixes his form a bit. He can win if he brings that, but I'm just not sure if he will.
Jimmy the Bear, do we give him another chance?
He's the opposite. Absolutely loves the track and distance. So he definitely gets his chance again. But I did think C4 could bounce back with a softer run. Detonator Jack and St Lawrence, if he was able to put himself in the race, he's ready to win out to the mile now.
Yeah, another very competitive race. I'm pretty keen on first chorus. I think can measure up. Just the weight factor for me. And the map, I think it gets a lovely run once again, and it's backable at the moment. Jimmy's too big at $10 for mine. Detonator Jack, I'm with you. Seafall, I'm not sure. It was a wide trip, it was an excuse.
Yeah, we'll find out.
It's been up a while, but the form prior to that last one was absolutely
could be end of prep.
Yeah, it could well be. Let's move on to race 6, another very competitive race, and sort of two key form races that we'll discuss in a moment or two. But King's Reflection, well back last start, well backed again here, $3.50. Decalogue's been in great form, $3.90. 6 out to 7, a bit surprised about this drift in the market for Brilliant Desert at $7. Same price, R Chief, $9 Dernier, who also had an excuse in Harbour Town, $9.50. So there's a couple of races, Grace, that you know, the vast majority of these horses come through. We can do a little bit of tying in with form, the first of which is Our Chief, a race that Our Chief competed in. Let's have a look at this and run through what you thought of it, because there's a bit going on once again. Decalogue was in this race. Dernier was wide in the run as well.
Well, the most important thing to say about this race was that Decalogue was probably mapped to be on speed, but he was restrained for cover. And the leaders just absolutely walked. Like, it was a complete sit and sprint 2,000-metre 3-year-old contest. And also, Decalogue, when restrained for cover, then went and pulled his head off for the whole race. So that clearly took away from his finish. For me, he's an absolute improver again here, and he won 3 in a row prior to that. He can win this race on Saturday. Of the others here, I think Our Chief was ridden too cold last start. He probably goes forward again, gives himself a chance. And Harbour Town was luckless, sort of only got going at the 200. So that was a really messy race. I think Harbour Town is probably suited stepping out to the 2,400 metres. Decalogue is an unknown at the 24, but can clearly bounce back for me. He's a great winning chance.
That was the days they were trying to get in for a bit of cover with the wind down the side as well. It's really hard to lead in the wind, so a bit of a messy sort of race, and even the form not that easy to work out. Probably a little bit more reliable the next race that we'll take a look at in terms of a key form reference, and it's Brilliant Ezra. And look, there was an excuse for King's Reflection as well, Grace. Just at that key moment, couldn't build. Well,
he was in the perfect spot. All he needed to do was be midfield, get clear galloping room. Well, he ticked one box, but didn't get the clear galloping room part, which was just a wall of horses in front of him. Brilliant Ezra sails on by, but she did have her momentum up. You can see King's Reflection, once he gets clear, he really does attack the line. The thing about this race is that it's over 2,500 metres, so we know them, they're proven at this distance. It was a fast tempo, so the backmarkers were suited. And now we go Flemington to Caulfield on a day where it possibly is really hard to be that sort of back wide swooping run. So that's why that was my only knock with Brilliant Ezra, is from barrier 11 she probably has to go back, and some others like Decalogue can put themselves right on speed and be hard to catch. But ultimately, King's Reflection gets another go. He owes us, but he's a talent. He gets another go. Decalogue can win. Harbour Town and Brilliant Ezra. What did you think?
Yeah, I'm trusting that. I like the Flemington form a little more, to be honest. I think the King's Reflection needs to be given another chance. But, gee, the more I watched it and when I looked at the prices, I thought Brilliant Ezra just seemed too big, $7. Like, it's a great turn of foot. I know there was a brilliant rider as well from Dean Yendall last start, but she's proven at the trip as well. So there's a few little factors there. Dernier off a wide trip facing that strong breeze, and Decalogue had clear excuses last start. It doesn't end there. It's a pretty open race, to be honest. So there's
so open.
It is. There's quite a few, but I'll be happy to back Brilliant Ezra each way. Anyway, with the right stable as well. Well, that's 6 down. We've only got a few more to go. We're going to do all of that after the break. Welcome back to the Analyzer. We are up to race 7, which is also the feature race of the day. It is the big screen company Bletchingly Stakes, a Group 3 contest, and it's weight for age, and it's an important factor because a horse like Cosmic Crusader, the Sandgrope, is here to strut his stuff, and at $3.20 tops the market. $4 winner's edge in great form. Won a key race here with Miraval Rose, $5.50. $6 Watch Me Win Zoo Sensation, $8. Gets out to Recommendation at $11. Pretty big, the rest. Now, what do we do with the Sandgroper here, Grace? Cosmic Crusader, Gold Rush form. Got to be a good horse to win the Gold Rush, I can tell you that. And this
you would know.
This is, but you honestly go through this horse's form, and I know that he gets better over further. Can we trust him first up?
I think we can. I think we can, and there might be a scenario where we get a bit of a price, because he's only first up. He's off one soft jump out. His spell was quite long. He's been off like 250 days. But this was his 1,400 metre run. This is the last start of his last campaign. Ray Magnerio wins, overpass back to the inside, powered to the line. His Group 1 win was over 1,800 metres, but his overall record is just so good. Like, he's won 3 times fresh, and he's won over 1,200 metres. So I think if he's as good as we think he is, this is his chance to win. It only gets harder from here for him.
Brings the fresh blood, but this is the key form reference. Now, just quickly, Grace, before you start, a length separated the principal chances here. 1 length.
Yep. So, look, and that's what I mean. Like, surely Cosmic Crusader is better than these horses.
Perhaps. I mean, but of these, I mean, is Winner's Edge, would you stick Miraval Rose was a great run. Was she the run of the race here that you like?
Definitely. She's only first up. She'll strip fitter in the lime green with the big white face sort of getting through now. There's a bit of argy-bargy between her and Recommendation. I think she's possibly the one that's the wrong price and that we'll see the market really gravitate towards, because she is a stakes winner and she deserves to be much shorter than the $5.50 about her off the strength of that performance there against some key opposition. I think Recommendation is a big price too if they press forward and really try and control the race. But look, I'm denied what to do with Cosmic Crusader, but ultimately I think he will be fitter for the run. He will improve, but I think he might still be too good.
Might have the class edge. She's certainly got the official rating. You got him on top for Miraval Rosa. Seen it a pretty similar way, Grace, to be honest. I've got Cosmic Crusader. I'll be having something on. I'll take the chance. Miraval Rose. Watch me win. I think deserves another chance, and Winner's Edge, I think, could run a bit of a race as well. So that is the feature. That is the Bletchingly. We've got to go to race 8, or as your good friend Benny Ascari likes to say, the penultimate race of the day. OK, let's have a look. At the top, we've got Amlito at $4.50, $5 MacDane. This is an open race once again. You mentioned it at the start, Grace. Alone at $6, $6.50 Stop the Rock, $8.50 Belle Savoie, $9.50 Prince Eric. So many of these horses. And Beachpad, I know you're going to make a case for this horse. $13, as they say. So once again, there's a couple of key form races which ties just about the whole field in here, Grace. The first one we're going to take a look at is a race that involves a horse that you're making a case for at a good price in Beachpad.
Well, this is just the sort of race where you've got to find some value, because really any of them get their winning chance if they get the right run. And for me, Beachpad, he was firstly really good 2 starts ago, over 1,600 metres behind the likes of Seafall. St George was in that race. He was a really good closer there. Now he goes to this event, again, 1,700 metres, hits the line quite well behind MacDane. We'll know if this form is strong with First Chorus earlier on in the program. Love the way he hits the line here. The key to him now is he gets out to 2,000 metres for the first time for the prep. He's hard fit. I think he can put himself in a midfield position. And at $13, I think he's a bet.
Bit more pace here than there was there too, probably.
Which is perfect for him. He wants a fast run 2,000. I think we'll see him go to his peak performance here on Saturday.
Let's have a look at another key form race as far as this race is concerned. And, geez, there's a stack of runners here. Stop the Rock. Amlita tries to hold his ground here, holds in Belle Savoie. I think it detracted from his chances a bit. Prince Eric can miss the start, got the perfect run. Bit of a different setup this time around, but Amlito's flying. He
is flying, and I completely agree. I think if he had have just sort of been already to the outside of Flash Filling, he probably wins there. But now, Amlito, as well as MacDane in the previous replay, they've both got to contend with wide draws going forward, and there is more speed naturally in this race as well. So I think Amlito's got a good winning chance. It's just how much early work he has to do. Prince Eric runs well. Stop the Rock can win again. He can settle a bit closer too. So, yeah, plenty of chances there. Which way are you seeing?
Well, look, I'm going to go with Amlito, but, you know, he over-raced a little bit in that run as well. So I thought that was a good performance as we take a look at your numbers there. Beachpad, Amlito, Stop the Rock, and how do we pronounce this one?
I'm not sure, but we might need to know,
Leon,
because her last 200 of her Australian debut in the King's colours was sensational.
His Majesty might have another one. I hope it goes better than the one that's been a little bit disappointing. His name escapes me. Amlito, Stop the Rock, MacDane, Prince Eric. I think there's plenty of chances in that one. All right, let's move on to the next event, and it is race number 9. And this is the one I've been waiting for, Grace. Cruiserweight. Can he keep it going? $2.05 been backed heavily already. $5.50 Mashallah, $8 Celtics. Barking Mad at $10. You'd be barking mad not to have something on at that price, but Cruiserweight, let's talk about this horse who has really done an exceptional job in a couple of starts, Grace, and comes with a big reputation, and this was a very impressive win off a good speed.
Yep, and he beat a lot of his opposition that he faces again, but what is important to note about this replay is he was really held up until this point. He was sort of waiting on his run. He was in a good spot, shuffled back, gets to the outside of Celtics and just hands and heels from Craig Williams off a fast tempo, goes past Celtics really easily. This was only second up, third career start. I think there's so much more in the tank for this horse. He maps perfectly from barrier 6. Yep, I think he should be able to win again. But, gee, there are a couple of really lightly raced progressive ones in this field.
And one of those, I think, is Barking Mad, which we're going to take a look at. I just think Cruiserweight will be very tough to beat. I think it's rock bottom odds, but I suppose when you see how many rivals that Cruiserweight's already beaten, could be a different setup. But this was one of the better performances on this occasion, Sandown Lakeside. And Barking Mad had shown a little bit leading in, and I thought sectionals late, excellent, can take a position. Look, you're getting double figures, and for whatever reason, Barking Mad, this preparation, has just come back a much, much better horse.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's been gelded.
Yes, he has, and he's come back
his
way
jump
better.
outs before his first up run were fantastic as well.
Yeah.
So, look, I think he deserves to be. I probably would have him second favourite, to be honest. I think $10 is way too big for Barking Mad. He's going so well, but for me, Cruiserweight is clearly the horse to beat and probably deserves to be around an even money favourite.
Yep, all right. You got Barking Mad, something on there as well at the price. I'm with Barking Mad just at the price, but I think obviously Cruiserweight will be pretty tough to beat. And outside of that, Martial Art was a good win. Still learning, a little bit green, not quite sure that they've got to the bottom of that horse yet. I like the name too, Martial Art's well named, isn't it? And Celtics brings that Cruiserweight form in. All right, so there are the selections for the 9 races. Now, Grace, this is the important part. This is where you got to get your phones out at home. You got to take a photo, because what we want to know is how Grace is playing the day.
Well, we're starting off. Well, we've got a couple of no-bet races, but we're starting off with Custom, $25 the win. I think she's the best bet on the card. Resolutely, Brazen Panda 2-bet play in the 2-year-old event. Just something small on Brazen Panda. Throw at the stumps. Prince Tycoon, happy to be with him with the blinkers on. Beach Pad is the value. And then Barking Mad is only a $5 win. I wanted to do a little multi as well with a couple of the shorties too, including Cruiserweight. So that's the way that I am playing today. What about you?
Yeah, I'll leave my plays probably for a little bit later. I might let you know on that. I'll let you know on the day, Grace. How does that sound? Because you'll be doing the 4th there on Saturday. Now, how did last weekend go? How did you enjoy Flemington?
Loved Flemington. I tell you what, though, I think one of the key elements to this Saturday at Caulfield will be how much rain falls.
Yes.
And being able to be flexible in terms of a track pattern, because it could be quite prevalent. But fingers crossed, we have a good day.
Fingers crossed. You have a great day. It could be a big day for the stable as well. So
hopefully.
Best of luck. Best of luck for everyone at home as well. I hope we helped you find a few winners there at Caulfield. Good luck.